And once again, I am getting on way later than I should. This is gonna have to be like a quick one too. I'm sorry about that. And I'm also sorry that I haven't uploaded that VOD from the other day. I'm just like sucking right now, huh? It's fine, I guess. Okay. It's not fine. I'm sorry. I'll try. I'll try to be better. Okay. Are we good on sound? Yeah. Okay. We are good on sound. All right. Probably should just get right into it. So, if you haven't heard, Creator Clash 3 has officially been canceled. Um, I just think it's crazy that I mean, a lot of people called it because it's like, where is it? Where was it gonna go? You know, it didn't. I don't think it had many lives left, and hopefully it comes back next year. You know, I mean, I don't really know. I don't think. I don't know if any of. I guess they are separately raised. Like money is being raised for charity since the event exists, so that's a good thing. You know what I mean? It's not a charity event necessarily, but the people are raising money because the event is exists, so that's good. So I hope because of that that they come back next year, but I don't know. I doubt that they will or can. I have a feeling this might just be a wash, but I could be wrong about that. Could be eating my words. Okay, let's read this statement from the Creator Clash team. We have made the difficult decision to cancel Creator Clash. All existing PPV ticket holders will private pass VIP or what? Or private, yeah, private pass visitor. I don't know. Ticket holders will receive, I don't know why I tried to figure out that acronym, it doesn't matter. Will receive automatic refunds. No action is required. Also, I'm probably wrong. That's probably not what that means. While the event goes ahead as planned, all funds raised so far will be donated to charity, and our fundraising efforts will continue in the months ahead. Thank you to all the fighters for their hard work and dedication. To everyone who's supported us over the years, we appreciate you. Thank you, the Creator Clash team. So, I thought don't the fighters get more money like after the event, or no? Do they just get like a fighting purse to train with? That part has always confused me, and I think it has been different throughout the years. Am I not? Am I wrong? I feel like that has changed multiple times. Okay, so I want to reread a part about the charity specifically, and I'm sorry to. I'm sorry. Let's just go ahead and. Okay, while the event won't go ahead as planned, all funds raised so far will be donated to charity, and our fundraising efforts will continue in the months ahead. I just don't. I feel like. Okay. I don't know. Don't the fighters get some of the money too? I'm so confused because they released a statement saying that separately that there was a donation spot for. I wish I had that, but I don't. I think I might have it at my other workspace. I'm not sure, but they had released a statement saying that they were going to be like it wasn't separated necessarily, but it was like and even when you went to the charity, like it was kind of weird, like or when you went to the site to buy a ticket, you bought the ticket and then underneath it was kind of like a would you like to go to please go to here and donate to the charity. You know what I mean? It was like a separate website that they sent you to go and donate. to the charities. So I thought that that ticket sales were separate. So that's I don't understand. I don't get that. Okay. Um, I just want to see if anybody. No, I just mean like if anybody has anything to say about that. But just because if I'm wrong, this is why I'm checking. Because someone will tell me if I'm wrong. Which I would appreciate, please. So, but I'm pretty sure that it was announced that they. I mean, and even if it was shown on the website that when you donated to a separate place, and that the ticket sales were going to costs and the fighters. So I just, yeah. Wouldn't you think that that money, like you would pay the fighters the rest of what they were owed, and if there was money left over, then of course donate to charity. Wouldn't that be the move? I don't know. I don't run a boxing event, so don't take my word for it. Okay. Okay. So this is an Anissa tweet. We're gonna be reading a lot of those, unfortunately. Okay. She said, I am once again asking my future, my goodness, I'm so sorry. I am once again asking what my ultimate sin was. I, one second, let me. Okay. I am once again asking what my ultimate sin was, aside from being married to the man who made a content cop on quote unquote the king. Ethan doesn't know us as well as he claims, especially not me. He's as knowledgeable about our private life as the average viewer. Go down, peas. Go down, peas. Okay. Alright. I have never mentioned CPS. I did not appear in the content cop. I have only ever replied to Ethan privately with kindness despite him spam texting us deranged nonsense. His inference that I have any control over Ian's choices is from watching Sloptuber's parasocial ramblings. So, yeah, I think that like possibly it could be or perceived that Ethan only noticed that some of because it comes across like the whole succubus thing comes across as like a kind of misogynistic, you know what I mean? And then when you realize that it is like it holds truth. I mean, it's kind of unfortunate on your part, Anissa, to be honest. I mean, you make it hard for non-succubuses. For regular people. Okay. And that goes, yeah, that's genderless, by the way. Because a succubus can be a man, too. Trust, yeah, trust. Alright. This is a two-parter, yeah, okay, there's the arrow. But it's backwards. Okay. Well, not really. Ethan says, thanks for unpinning Kate's video, you callous, self-obsessed, narcissist piece of shit. So if you're unaware, for a long time, the pinned tweet on Anissa's Twitter was a fight video or a sparring video, excuse me, that Kate filmed, and Anissa refused to take down for, I think, just stubbornness. I think it was just stubbornness. So, and it's so funny because before I even read Ethan's response, I thought the same exact thing, unfortunately. Wish I had a different, more advanced take, but I think it's the right one, so that's probably why we both had it. But do do do. So this original comment was made under one of Anissa's posts. I don't. You can see a little bit up here. It says, Anissa, I'm not controlling. Anissa speaks the entire time, only lets Idub speak when she's prompted. Okay, so, or yeah, okay. So I think she's reposting something or something to that effect. Um, Ethan said, people see an hour-long podcast and think they completely understand you and your relationship. Even for the internet, people have been particularly nasty to you. It can feel so painful to be hated and misunderstood by so many. Oh, by so many people that have never met you. But um I don't think that it has anything to do with you. People hated you from the beginning because you represented um you were represented as an extension of Ian. Him maturing and changing. They feel betrayed by him and you. And also, side note, I have literally heard Anissa rip this exact thing that she thinks that people are mad because she represents a positive change in Ian and they don't want to see him be a better person. She has ripped this exact sentiment. Clearly, Ethan said it first, so um they feel so betrayed by him that you are their scapegoat. It sucks that people won't just move on and accept the change, especially after years. The only thing that really matters um, is how you guys feel about each other. And remembering as much as possible that everything you read online is just not real. It's just a few unwell people that obsess over you. Okay, and that's all I got because it cuts off. So let's go back. So that is now Anissa's. Sorry, I'm stretching and it looks like I'm doing weird hand gestures. Let me just get through that. Okay. So where was I? um. Right. So this is Anissa's pin tweet now, and then this is Ethan's response. It's like so you're, and I'm gonna say it before he says it, but so you're gonna be like, um, we're not friends and you don't know me, but do you remember when you were super nice to me and defended me like this one time? Um, when you had a better perception of me and thought we were friends and thought that um I wasn't, only out for myself and and possibly the things that you heard were true. Before those things were confirmed, you remember how you were super nice to me and acted like we were friends? Like, what kind of point is that? Also, why do you feel intent to keep making it by leaving it posted on your Twitter, like by leaving it pinned? I don't get that, dog. Okay. Um, so Ethan says, all you're showing is how much I cared and wanted to defend and see the best in my friends. The prevailing narrative is at the time that you guys were terrible people and not to be trusted, but I wasn't going to turn my back on friends, even if it meant getting shit for standing by you. Obviously, a lot has changed since then. Literally, what I said. Okay. I have learned a lot about you. Things that I was purposefully avoiding because I wanted to see the best in you. And when I was down and out, you had the opportunity to stand by me and you punched me in the gut as hard as you could. You chose the short term game over a decade long friendship that you dropped the content cop when I was live. You excused the CPS call. You laughed about the skulls. You accused me of hallucinating anti Semitism, and you crossed every single line there was. Ultimately, no matter how good of a friend I was, you still fucked me over for the first chance you got, and you think this makes me look like a hypocrite, but it makes you look like a giant piece of shit, which you are. Oh man, I feel like people don't call each other like a giant piece of shit anymore, and that feels nice. Bring back calling people giant pieces of shit. Okay. Um. Mm, Anissa. Oh, good. I thought I. Oh no, I do have this. Okay. So Ludwig had a very interesting take. And this goes up here. Whoop. That's okay. Let's watch the take first, and then we'll get into the responses. I only included Sean's because it's like he because he wants to be included, guys. So he feels left out. So let him in. Let him in the game.
Dead for a while and like has been dead for a while and like on life support. You know, this has been in a vegetative state. So it is, I think, ultimately the right call that they canceled it. Because if they had gone through with it, I think it would have done so bad. Ethan Klein did it. Okay. I'm not trying to be controversial here. But I do think iDubbbz posting the content.
Okay, and so I was gonna do a video on everything going on with Ludwig and like the whole mango situation. Um, this is very good timing for Ludwig to have this take because people are in his corner about this. You know what I mean? Also, he did finally apologize over the mango stuff, and that's kind of why I left it alone because I was like, I mean, he did apologize at the end of the day. It took him like a little longer than people probably would have wanted, or that I even think would have been best, but he did it, so which is more than some people have done in terms of apologies. And I hope Mango is okay, and I hope that no, the women that Mango bothered that night are okay, and yeah, hope that Ludwig learned his lesson about supplying his volatile or possibly volatile friends with alcohol when he knows that they can't be around it. I think he might have.
Controversial here. But I do think iDubbbz posting the content cop was one of the dumbest moves ever. Straight up. That was crazy. I think
Somebody says, ooh, Ethan Klein. I was going to say, his chat is not going to like this take.
it was not considerate of how many other people
Some people
would be
agree.
dragged
I see some people that agree. There's a lot more people than I thought would.
into the situation who don't give a fuck and just want to fight. You know, make that video
For HP.
when Creator Clash isn't happening, I would say. That makes no sense to me. I think
One more time. One more time.
it was not considerate of how many other people would be dragged into the situation who don't give a fuck and just want to fight.
Dad, for instance.
You know, make that video when Creator Clash isn't happening, I would say. That makes no sense to me. It did not help the event whatsoever. It hurt the event. Yeah, I mean, no one went to bat but Hassan for him. But like also, Hassan's audience isn't watching fucking boxing events. What is that? That's not.
It's a fair point. whether you are a, whoever you're a fan of, I feel like, you don't have to cater to either. But if you're going to cater to, or if you really, or any for that matter, you don't have to cater to any audience, but for you to cater to Hassan's audience, it's like, I don't know if that's gonna help sales. Which we'll see. I think later on that Anissa basically said that or that the third creator clash was dead in the water before dropping the nuke. That she says that she was completely uninvolved in, but then she's like, before we dropped the nuke, we were fully aware that Creator Clash 3 was not coming back, so just basically said fuck it, is what she was saying. Or that's how I interpreted it.
I I don't know. At some point, you have to realize you're operating a business, and I mean, you have to make the call. Like, what's more important, is the business or making the videos you want to make, or just like your own call to make.
They made that decision.
But anyway, I'm kind of sad about it. I won't lie.
Okay. Yeah, I think everybody's a little sad about it, Letty. But at this point, it's like you can be sad for the charity. I mean, but just like everybody is more than welcome to go donate to what's the cancer charity that was always backed by Creator Clash. Please feel free to donate to that charity or any charity. You know what I mean? I mean, especially if it's do a little, make sure that it's on the up and up because some people will unfortunately take advantage of kind-hearted people that just want to donate to charity, but those are very few and far between. I feel like, you know, so, but still, be cautious. Um, but yeah, please don't let the fact that Creator Clash is possibly no more keep you from donating to charity. Please. um, because I don't even, because that's kind of how I look at it right now, even though they said in the statement, again, I can't stop thinking about this. They say in the statement that all the funds raised so far will be donated to charity. That's wonderful. That is amazing. But I thought that that money was going to the fighters. So you've promised that money to the fighters? I'm just very confused. So, and I also thought that mm, I also thought that they had already allocated like where you could donate, or was that just like an extra? Was that you could donate extra more, like a percentage of your ticket goes to? And that was always a thing from my thought. Like they made it clear that a percentage. I don't know. It's just very strange. The money surrounding Creator Class makes no sense. None of it makes any sense, and it hasn't this entire time. Okay, maybe Creator Clash won, but now it's got me looking at it funny too. Creator Clash 2 and Creator Clash 3 are definitely financially just ran by idiot people with dumb brains. So there they are up there. Look, the idiot people with dumb brains. Okay. Uh, Anis's gonna come and clear something up. Ian won't be happy I'm doing this, but I think we need more transparency. Ticket sales were abysmal before the content cop. Promotion wasn't going how we had hoped. Charity wasn't getting the numbers we wanted. So, so you're just like, fuck it, we ball, or is that? I guess that's what she's saying. Yeah, she's just like, we just kind of we just like washed our hands of it, just said screw it. Okay, girl, I guess. Okay. um, and that's her response to Ludwig. This is Sean's response to what we just watched. Is what Lugwood said really that bad? No. But here's Sean acting like he cannot be his fan anymore because he said something so obscene. It's like he just doesn't have the same take as you on one thing. Literally. Chill. You can listen to opinions of people that you disagree with. In fact, I encourage it. I encourage you, everybody, I try to. I mean, it just encourage I encourage you to listen to opinions of people you disagree with, listen to people you do agree with. Don't be stuck in an echo chamber. Um, because you can sit there and you can not agree with it as you're listening to it. That is possible. I promise. And it's like, so what if you're supporting it? It's like, happen. They're probably going to get the support either way. So it's, and then if you're curious, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's really not that deep, especially when it comes to internet stuff. It's really never that deep, but it doesn't have to get to where it gets oftentimes. Like it, just this whole situation, for instance. Um, and I'm not talking about the conflict. I'm saying, but that's another. I do have a qualm, which is like keeping this shit so close together when it's like that's just a serious issue. This is like stuff that should stay only on the internet and follow nobody into their real adult lives. You know what I'm saying? There and then for something so serious to be brought into internet drama just really upsets me because it's just yeah, I feel like it's clear why. Anyway, I've got off topic again. I'm sorry. I have a lot of thoughts on this being a Lud watcher, but for now I'll stick to just expressing how disappointing this is. So, Sean's disappointed, and I saw a funny comment. Let's see. Um, I'm not even lying when I said I um read this. I thought, why would he even care? And then I read your comment and realized yeah, Sean was in the content. So a lot of people might have not noticed, but Sean was in the content cop. Um, he's just a forgettable. So people forgot that he was in the content cop, and they were wondering why he even cares this much about it. Still, though, it doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that it's like this crazy internet again, it shouldn't follow people into their adult lives, and the fact that people have involved Ethan's children, have involved like that's you guys, please, can we all just calm down? Please? Who am I to ask you to stop? But I'm asking. Okay. Oh man. It's been like what, 30 minutes? Guess that's not bad. We've almost gotten through all the Reddit stuff. Well, it's Instagram and Twitter, but I got it from Reddit. That's my source. Um, where? Okay. This is backwards. Yeah. So Anissa Anissa said she asked people to please let her know what she has done to Ethan to warrant what has happened, and that she's never done anything to him. That it was only been. Also, she kind of threw Ian under the bus there, didn't she? Here, let's. You want to recap? So, and somebody else mentioned that. too. Um, she said, I have never mentioned CPS. I did not appear in the content cop. I have only ever replied to Ethan privately in kindness despite him spam texting us nonsense. Um, his inference that I have any control over Ethan's choices for watching slop troopers and parasocial ramblings, which mm, I don't know. I'm starting to believe it, so it seems pretty real. I just don't understand. We don't. Why are we hearing this from you and not Ian? You know, like Ian. Ian should be like, hey, why are you come after me and not my wife? Like, I don't know. We need to hear from Ian, I think, more. The fact that we hear from you doesn't help the allegations, Anissa, that we only just hear from you. Let Ian speak. He's scared. Okay. Um, so here's the list. I'll read the list first. Ethan says, sure, let's examine that. 1. You have been involved in every content cop. She has, in fact, bragged about that, and she claims that she wasn't involved in this last one, even though I'm sure she brags about it to her Discord and her fellow Hassan fangirls. So that she had a pivotal role in that. I'm sure she does. Um, Also, Ian literally brings her up multiple times, like she is involved. Um, 2. You were at Hassan's house during the filming of the sketch, flipping off the camera, showing her involvement in the content cop, which she denies. 3. Ian literally cites you in the video. Anissa's half Lebanese and half Irish, so she understands Israeli propaganda and oppression. 4. You've been making snide remarks during this entire debacle, i.e., inbred. 5. You scolded Dad for leaving me a nice comment. If you're not aware, Dad, while Creator Clash 3 was still a thing and I'm still in Anissa and Ian's hands, he left a super chat on a stream of Ethan's saying that he thought the stuff with his kids was awful and he hopes things look up and that it just basically saying he's sorry and that's awful. And she got really mad at him about that and said that makes us look really bad or something like that. And or yeah, rude. Anyway, um 6. You argued with Harley about leaving or about Zionism. So did Ian. Where he admit to not even knowing what it means. 7. Which that I think is very important because that shows that like she must be, one of the like the mastermind of most of this especially in terms of Ethan because if Ian doesn't even know what Zionism means, he you know, he's just a puppet. 6. You argued with Harley about Zionism. Oh, I already said that one. 7. You were caught in Millhouse DMs. 8. You were caught in Denham's chat. 9. You your private Twitter account got leaked talking shit. 10. Ian knows at least to shut the fuck up, but you're the only fool who continuously engages with me, so obviously I'm talking to you, not Ian. The only thing this point proves is, again, how willing you are to throw Ian under the bus. I had nothing to do with it. Go after Ian, not me. Give me a break. And then she said, what a pathetic list. This is just justification for, or this is his justification for eternal harassment. What she's describing as eternal harassment is Ethan said that he will never stop making fun of them That's what he said. He said, I'm never gonna stop making fun of them. Everything they do, I will scrutinize and make fun of. That's where I'm at with it. And I'm like, okay, I don't really care. It's, I mean, that's what she's describing as eternal harassment. Does it suck for her? Probably, but is it harassment? No. Um, and then she said, this is what she had to say of the contents of the list. She said, privately discussing Zionism and showing up in my friend's Twitch chat. Okay, now let's see Ethan's response. Ethan said that is not what the list says. The list is right there. You can read it. You can't lie about what's on the list because it's right there. Have you read it? It's right there. God, that's funny. Okay. I don't. Okay. Hello. Hello, strange mammal. How are you? Mm, alright. So, it is 12:01. We're doing alright on time. I would like, if you haven't already, to go watch the video um, of Dad's. I'm only going to be watching a little bit just so we can kind of get an idea.
Here we are. It was even worse than year two. And now I don't know if it's from the boxing, but it happened one night when I had a very hard sparring session. And when I turn my head now, I see bright flashes on the side and left of my head. I'm seeing them right now. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. And I never had that happen. And then that night, it started happening. And it was after 2 weeks in a row of hard sparring. And that was the hardest sparring I'd ever had. Didn't take me down though. And then he had to take a knee. And he is a 27-year-old amateur boxer. Just saying. Well, what the heck does it matter? Because I just did it all. And now I'm seeing flashing and my knees kill. And I don't get anything for it. And there's no fight happening. One time during training, not too long ago, my whole arm went numb again when I got hit by a shot. Now, that being said, this is boxing and I did sign up for it voluntarily. I'm aware of what happens in boxing. I'm aware you get injuries and I'm okay with that and I'm willing to accept them. It's just really disappointing and a bummer because now I don't get to even fight in the event or make a little bit of extra cash to help pay rent. Creator Clash 3 this year didn't pay us the $20,000. They paid us the first 2 years. We were offered $15,000 this year. Then I heard through Harley, LA Beast got the 15 and then additional 7,000. And I was like, what the heck, dude? I just talked on the phone for an hour months ago and got convinced to do this because I was told everyone was getting paid the same thing. Now someone's getting 7,000. I reached out, I was like, can I get that 7,000? Answer was no. Answer was, okay, we can get you a brand deal. That's not happening now. LA Beats makes more than us. He makes out with more money. I'm in 3 of these freaking things. And I'm not blaming LA Beast. He got what he got because he asked for it. Why the heck did I not get it when I asked for it in the very, very beginning before the thing was even announced? Then I go camping. People on the internet were talking about this camping trip. The trip was set up by my coach as something he wanted to do.
Okay. So. So there was money. So that's so confusing. What is up with the finances of Creator Clash, or I guess 2 and 3? I guess it's just 2 and 3. Questioning 1, though. What is. That is crazy.
At least combat that
They probably have Caleb Hammer on the finances.
and try to sway some people and defend the
Just kidding. He would tell them to shove that party.
event and make people kind of feel some sympathy for me and the other fighters and possibly turn the tides and get people to come around on this. Ultimately, I told Ian I wouldn't go on the podcast because now I'm thinking I'm rocking the boat.
Okay, so he's talking about Lil Cal.
I don't want to make people upset. I don't want to get Ian and Anissa to kick me off Creator Clash because I'm being controversial or I'm stirring the pot and causing problems. I really didn't want to get kicked off. And I also didn't want Anissa to call me and get after me again for doing something that she didn't like. I thought this was too risky for me and I was jeopardizing my own stance in position in this event. So I said, fine, I won't go on the podcast. But the whole time I'm thinking, I really do want to do this. I want to go on there and talk to Keemstar and try to promote the event and face all this criticism.
Let him promote the event. Nobody else is. Oh my goodness. And you were just complaining about how it was tanking. You're like, well, it was already trashed before we put out the content cop. It was already going to be in the garbage. Nobody cares about influencer boxing anymore. You didn't promote it, dude. Like, at all. And also, I don't even. Yeah. You lost like half the card based off of the drama alone. That's when it started, like, actually getting to the point where even the people that bought tickets weren't going to go. And it was. Yeah. Just.
And try to do some damage control because no one was doing that. But I did also get injured that day in sparring. My arm went numb, which is a thing that happens sometimes when I got hit. So I had to go to the doctor. So it was probably for the best that I went and got that checked out. But I did say to Keemstar, I would like to come on the show later and talk about this because it was something I wanted to do because nobody else was doing any damage control for this event. Now, every fighter in Creator Clash 3 was offered $15,000 to cover their fight training, except for LA Beast, who I guess got $7,000 additional because he said his training cost more than that. I don't know if anyone else got additional money. As far as I've been told by the event, he was the only one. Regardless, when the event got postponed, they offered everyone an additional $10,000 as an extension to extend your training until October. A lot of people couldn't do the event now because it was getting extended. Myth dropped out, LA Beast dropped out, Freddie Wong dropped out. I didn't drop out. I thought about it. I thought, is this worth doing? And then ultimately I thought, I really want to box. I've been training for so long. I don't want to stop this and I want the event to happen. And I really want to get in that ring a third time. Also, that $10,000 will help me out. In addition to that $10,000 extension dollars, I was going to get now a cut of Ian and Anissa's 34% that they were going to get paid. But since they've
Right. They mentioned that.
dropped out,
In the Creator Clash, like, information, whatever.
all that money will go to the fighters. I'm thinking this is great. And on top of that, I would also potentially get a bonus check after the event sells out. They'll split up extra money with all the fighters. So I'd get 3 types of payment. I'll get that $10,000 extension and then the 2 bonus checks, we'll call them. But now that the event has been canceled, I'm not getting that extra money. I'm not getting that $10,000, even though I did some of the extra training because the event's canceled now and it's just over and there's just no more money. And it's really.
So does that, even though it's probably not a lot of training, but so like that month or like of training or 2 months of training, did he have to pay for that? That's just
Messing me up. And it's
that's
really
just insane, especially for like Dad. He's been involved in the organization for so long.
hard for me to be okay with this. That's why I'm making this stupid video because I'm upset. It sucks. I put my heart into this. I got freaking beat hard this year, harder than I ever had. And I thought, I'm going to do this. I'm going to train like a freaking professional. Keep my head down, avoid this drama, and now here I am, screwed. At this point, I just started getting too worked up, so I'm now just ending the video. When I filmed this, I just sort of spilled my guts and got kind of worked up. Then I remembered more things I wanted to say, and I tried to compose myself a little bit better, so the video's a bit wild. The last thing I want to say is that I always tried to be respectful of them, publicly and personally, when I was talking to them. I've always given them the benefit of the doubt and never really wanted to place blame on them or anyone. And then it turns out they were just talking trash about me behind my back. Ian's coach said on H3 that they used to say I was weird and talk trash about me, and then I also heard the same thing from Froggy Fresh 2 years ago. I don't care if people think I'm weird because I do make weird videos.
So I'm sure you've heard that, but it just pisses me off because why would you do what? Just why?
for best entrance from Happy Punch. We did a little awards for
I
influencer
thought
boxers.
that what's his name won? The other dude. I know I was nominated, but that what's the name?
You
Padilla.
can even tell in this interview he is trying to keep his composure and be very nice to Ian, and he's a.
Can you mute your mic? There we go. But
I
no,
know that sound. I have a Chihuahua mix, and he does the same thing.
I wanted to get
What
back.
happened to his wall? What happened? To
We
his
did
wall
that for
yesterday?
content. I had a dream that Boogie
Oh.
would break through the wall, and he did it.
He made it through that part of the wall, that hole.
No, he used a hammer, and then the thing is there's 2x4s right there on each side, so he can't
So he can't get.
physically
Fully
fit through.
bastard.
So like do like a Jack Nicholson type
Yeah.
of thing or something, like a Shining thing or something. I
Somebody
gotta say that I'll say this. I saw through H3 when they were watching you guys bury Boogie. I saw that and I was like, what the heck is this podcast? It's pretty funny how like unhinged you guys are, honestly.
We did a
when you're
camping-
burying him, that was pretty funny.
We did a camping trip, and I had everything planned for day one.
Wait, why is this so wholesome and sweet? Wait, what is. This is nice.
Right? Then Wings, who used to be on the show, who's no longer, and that's a whole nother story, right? Then he had like a medical emergency, like his gallbladder busted or something, so he was gone. So now it's just me and Boogie, and we have no plan. So I just got I own a shit ton of land. I got the excavator out, and I dug a hole and buried Boogie.
Yeah, I mean, that was the best thing we did.
That was very funny. That is, I think, was your like, what skyrocket? You got to bury Boogie more often.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, we're getting back together in a couple of weeks. God knows what'll happen. So,
Have you done anything cancelable lately that needs punishment?
I screamed at someone that was afraid that was an abuse victim because she kicked me off my own show. So that was probably pretty cancelable. I did that today.
Oh, today! Oh my god!
Yeah, so probably not great.
You're in good company, Dad. He's fine.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
so
my channels are very PG. Everyone, I don't get controversy. I don't say.
Damn it! I keep getting interrupted. Damn it! We got a donut. 1 minute. If it's gonna play.
Oh, Lester's. I've seen Lester's.
I think it's just Nathan's presence. I think that, and I think, and but I'm very. Keem is being very respectful of like Nathan's wholesome energy. I believe that this is not the first time they've interacted. So like, I mean, this just shows that like Keemstar he is good at his job. You know, you can hate him, which a lot of people do, but he's good at interviewing people, communicating with people. Like he knows, he's a chameleon of sorts. Like he knows what hat to put on at different times. And right now it's like it's nice.
16.
Nice hat. Nice drama alert hat. It should have nice embroidered on.
Super chatted $20. Y'all should hit the no bones dance for us.
A little halo.
Yeah, we should do that at the end. Okay, so I have to ask this. I'm the owner of Dromler. I need to know these things, okay?
You still do that? I thought you retired and this is what you did
And he's still going after the news. It's all about the news.
now.
No.
You still do drama? Oh,
No,
someone else hosted
we
it, right?
we moved it to Snapchat because way more money.
Snapchat is a thing still?
Way big money.
No.
Lots of views, big money. Yeah.
I thought Snapchat like went out when Vine went out.
No.
I am really behind.
I had
That's
like an
crazy to
exclusive
me.
deal with them now for like, God, a very long time. I think 5-6 years, whatever. And when my YouTube views on Dromler started going down, I'm like, bro, what am I? I think the last check I got from YouTube was like 24,000. I'm like, this is not even worth it.
Oh no, that's it. I get like $500 a month.
Okay, let me manage you.
$24,000. How many acres do you have?
300.
Shut your. No, you don't.
I do.
What am I doing wrong?
You need a man, bro. This is why. Let me explain to you why this show exists. Boogie was in financial ruin. All right, he was about to lose his house. In Wings of Redemption, I don't know if you're
Like I said, you can't not. Keem he's a businessman.
familiar with him at all, right?
I've heard you guys. I've heard people send me clips of this show, and I've heard you say wings before. That's all I've heard.
But Wings was like, you know, I don't know. He says he has money, but
Nail Slammer super chatted $19.99.
This is why you have
has
300
Booger
acres.
allowed to eat during live now.
If one of you pays for it, I'm eating it. That's how it works.
But the thing is like Wings would make like $300 a stream, right? Now, people were making thousands, maybe even millions of dollars on Wings and Boogie because they would make exposed videos on these guys and they would go massively viral on YouTube.
One super chatted $19.99. In Boogie we trust, enjoy the food.
And they called Boogie and Wings lol cows. A lol cow is like, you know, I don't know how to describe a lol cow.
I actually had to Google that name. I had to do Urban Dictionary to figure out what.
Yeah. So I'm the definition of a lolcow. Someone that if you poke on the internet, you'll get them to respond, and they probably respond like a retard. And that's me. That's me.
I'm at the stage.
That's not me.
I'm at this stage in my career, in my life, where I just like doing side quests, right? So,
No, Nathan, that is not you.
so as
You're
these
nothing like Boogie.
side quests,
I'm so sorry. I compared who was Casey drawn to Boogie the other day talking to somebody. And I was like, she trolls. I said I feel like people try to give her like troll credit in like a Trisha way, where it's like she's like seems like she's outsmarting everyone. You know what I mean? But I don't. That's not what it is. Like she's not smarter than she gives herself credit for. Like that's no, no. She's far more comparable to a Boogie, and like Boogie, he's been on the the smarter side of the troll before. I'm not saying he hasn't had some wins, but he's not the smartest guy. Most of his wins are probably because of Keem. So, just saying, she's not. Don't give her Trisha credit. She's not remotely comparable to Trisha's level of trolling. Different kind of troll. More lol than troll.
I told Wings and Boogie, look, we're going to launch the show. It's going to be called Lolcow Podcast or Lolcow Live, right? And you are going to make money off yourself instead of everyone else getting the money, okay?
Yeah.
And they believed me because I had them do the boxing match and they both got 10 grand off that, right? We launched the show and quickly we learned that you can't do a podcast. You have to go live. So we switched to that. And bro, they were rolling in the dough. And so
That's cool.
Then
literally saved my house, saved my career, saved my house.
Congratulations.
The thing that really sucked about the success of the show is now it's not a side quest. Now I do the show every day. That's what sucks.
Now you're stuck. You're doing it forever now.
Yes.
It's good to have that outlet, though. It's good to have a little like go-to, at least a little bit of a 9 to 5 every day. Like whatever.
Lolcow Live has turned into a passion project for Keem. Look, he's like a proud papa up there in the corner.
Every Wednesday, I do a stream on YouTube. It's for a few hours. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the show Passions from 1999. It's a soap opera. They had like a witch in it, and she's got like a toy doll. There's like magic and mystery. It's really weird soap opera. It's the coolest, best, weirdest show ever. I watch it it's all on YouTube, so I watch it every Wednesday night on my Nathan YouTube channel. And that is my 9 to 5. Basically, I get like $100 to $200 a week, and that's my paycheck for guaranteed money. But it's really fun, and I love it. Other than that, I'm always like filming or making something or trying to like perform.
Booger put the sandwich down. Dad, did you home Booger faked cancer?
Did you home? I think he means did you know?
Yeah,
I kind of faked a little bit of cancer. Yeah, I faked a little bit of cancer.
My friend Yoda like knows what's going on the internet. He actually lives really close to you, Keem. He lives in upstate New York. But I think he saw you one time too. He's like, I think I just saw Keem driving by.
Are you talking about the Yoda master dude?
No, he's not like a YouTuber.
Okay.
His screen name is Altoid Yoda, but he just, it's sort of like has his ear, he just hears what's happening on the internet. And he told me, he's like, oh, Boogie faked cancer. He's being canceled. I was like, what the heck? And I was messaging with you, Boogie, on Twitter, I think, around that time about boxing and training. And you're like, oh, my doctor said I shouldn't box. I was like, don't do it. Like, listen to your doctor. And then the next thing I hear is like, you faked cancer. I was like, what is happening to this guy? It's everything.
It was
a lot of bad decisions.
Dad,
I made a lot of bad decisions.
You don't understand, right? I knew if I got Wings and Boogie to box that it would go massively viral. I knew it, right? But I
Oh, that
also,
was Wings who boxed you.
Yes, he's the one who beat the
Okay.
living shit out
But
of me.
Dad,
I saw that.
But
I saw
Dad,
that.
here's the thing. All right, I had Anissa from and iDubbbz and fucking all these people saying Keem is a psychopath and he's going to try to get these guys killed. Right?
You are a psychopath, though. You know that. They
But-
could have died for sure.
I mean, we got medically cleared and everything. Every step of the way, we
I
did
guess-
it right. You
So
know?
here's the thing.
In my opinion, when I was watching that, I was like, they don't have enough skill to really hurt each other. The ref would stop it before that. But
Exactly.
you just never know when one thing can go wrong if you're like get your head hit. My arm went numb. That's actually why I couldn't come on your show last time because my arm goes numb frequently. Has happened for the past like 15 years. And I was sparring whenever that was a couple months ago. And when I get hit sometimes it pinches. So it's something like that could have happened to you. And you're telling me your doctor's like you will die if you do this.
But
Like,
this
and
is
Kim's like,
this
"Do it,
is
do
the
it."
tightrope I had to walk on, right? They could die. This will be massively successful for them. They could die. This will be very good for them. And it did.
I mean, that's what people want to click on.
You know,
they do want to click on.
And they advertised it as such. Okay, let's.
First year is over $1 million. That was
You know what
great.
they
It's
should have
proving
done?
harder to do now. Well, the boxers should be doing it for free, but like some creators like myself can't.
Charity. You're leaning on your viewers. Are you a good person? Do you want to donate to charity and watch this boxing event? And then when it comes out that Wade makes that video and says, hey, I think if my math is right, they made like $1 million. Then you just have an awful opinion on these people that were jamming charity down your throat.
Yeah, I don't think that was the intention, but because I think it was supposed to be like that was what differentiates Criticosh from other events is it's a charity event. But now it's hard to balance that because most boxing events are just boxing events and they're for profit and no one cares. No one really wants it to be for charity. I think it's admirable and it's great, obviously, to always do things for charity if you can. But I feel it's a hard thing to mix a YouTuber boxing event and a charity. It's hard to navigate because it's like, well, who made money? Why did they make money and they didn't go to charity? Well, the boxers need to make a little bit of money. Well, the boxers should be doing it for free. But like some creators like myself can't afford.
Right, it's gonna be complicated. It is, but that's why you have to have somebody in charge of it. That, like, in terms of the finances, you have to have somebody in charge of the finances that knows what they're doing, because that's gonna get very complicated. Yes. And I'm not arguing with Nathan here. He's clearly we just watched his video. You know, he's clearly only trying to be the nice guy that he is. So, and he's they employed him. He's trying to defend them, and he like he said he didn't want to get kicked off. He was worried he was going to get kicked off.
Afford to do it for free or donate my time. But like a huge creator, sure, they could because they're rich. So it's like tricky because everyone's gonna have an opinion on it, and you can't make everyone happy. Yes,
And he was afraid he was going to get kicked off for doing Lolcout Live while Anissa and Ian were currently heads of the event. So after they stepped down, he went on the show.
it's tricky to make a charity event and for profit a little bit. It's I think you should be either do one or the other. If it was me, I wouldn't do the charity. I'd be like, sorry, if you guys want to donate to charity, go for it. But I'm keeping this money because I need the money.
They never should involve the charity at all. Because then there wouldn't be this weird thing. This is for charity.
But you got to try. You got to try things. I think it's cool they tried it. It worked the first year. It was over $1 million. That was
You know what
great.
they should have done?
Harder to do now.
They should have walked away with that $1 million, and then after the fact, them personally donate that money to charity. And then you don't have to use it in the promotion. You
I think I said a very similar thing. Yeah, that would have been a good idea.
don't have to use it to guilt trip boxers. We only have 1 minute left, so Dad, plug Creator Clash 3.
October 25th, Criticosh 3. I'm fighting Jago, and hopefully I will win. That's the worst.
We're gonna go.
We'll be there.
If we can go, new promoters, if you're seeing this, we would like to go. We want front row tickets. Hook us up.
Fucking go.
We'll go.
I hope you do.
And we'll
Thank you.
promote
Thank
it.
you for having me on.
And we'll promote
Thanks
it.
for coming, man.
You know, I've promoted, by the way, I promote it 1, 2, and I will promote 3. I love this thing. This is not coming from a place of hate. Dad, thank you so much. You've been a great
I
guest.
believe you.
See you,
Thanks,
man.
guys.
Very sweet. Okay. New content idea, put holes in my walls. That is a great idea. I should do that. I should definitely do that. I like how like the idea was for Boogie to go through the wall, and then Boogie saw he was like, I wonder if he knew that the beams were there before. um, I wonder if he knew the beams were there before he punched through it, or if he already knew that there were structural beams in his wall. He was like, well, Keem, I can punch through this section. And Keem was like, run it. Yeah, do that. Okay. Mm, I hope that's how it played out. Okay, so we're done with. Okay, so now we're towards the end. End stream fun times is what I call this section. Here's our girl with a microphone. Please go check her out. I should subscribe. She is bigger than me, so like in terms of she has more subscribers than me, so I doubt she would want to collab, but I would love to collab on something sometime, or yeah, because she's awesome. Her commentary is awesome. She does a lot of H3 commentary. I would suggest her channel if you like my content. You'll probably like what she covers too. She is definitely a girly. I'm not gonna watch a lot of her video just because I want, people to be able to go and watch it for themselves.
Content
And I'll try to be providing commentary throughout.
Cop was created to be like the final nail in the coffin. Like maybe it was something he wanted to make, but then he was like, let's put it out now. Fuck it. Let's just kill this thing. But I don't know. A combo of many things contributed to that reality.
I kind of said that. We're on the same page. I swear I don't remember. I don't remember her saying that.
Including lack of promotion. I hope that she's taking accountability for that.
Which she's reading a different thing from Anissa. I based that off of a thought from something else. She's making that. So Anissa's making that clear. That's how she's feeling. That's what, yes. That's canon. I'm convinced. Because this is something else. This looks like Discord or something. What is this?
Promotion, influencer boxing being less popular, the economy, etc. I feel like there's a lot of things that are yada yada there. I think what it boils down to is poor communication from everyone, even after we left, which is unfortunate. So she's just like eschewing blame in every direction here. Like
she has been doing that with everything.
Hey, we weren't the cause of the bad communication. It was bad even after we left. Even after we left, which is important. At the end of the day, I care about people getting paid for the money they were out for training and charity, getting their money, and both of those things were done. Lena did not get paid. Lena didn't get her money for training, so what is she talking about?
Yeah.
That seems to be what Ethan is asserting, because he footed the bill for that.
Also, a lot of fighters after the fact, and I'm assuming that was after, and that was after Anissa left. I suppose that was a call that was made, but I don't. Yeah. I still feel like the whole failure of the event, the reason that money wasn't received is because the event failed. And I think that is in their hands. So
if everyone got paid back, why didn't Lena get paid back? Was that, is she lying? Did other people not get paid back? Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Ooh, oh my God. Stop fucking lying. They weren't clocking that Ethan was standing on business. That's so true. How come most fighters got paid beforehand and Lena wasn't? Also that. Like, yeah, multiple fighters were paid before they started. Like, why didn't you pay Lena? Are you misogynist? Are you sexist? I really loved this event, loved what it stood for, and I wanted to believe we could push through, but it just didn't happen. I don't know what she says there, but then she says none of it was malicious. No, I don't think it was malicious. I think what you did to Ethan was malicious, and that backfired on your event, which you were already handling carelessly and sort of neglecting from the sound of it.
You've got mail.
Yes.
Thank you.
And more instances than the extra training purse that wasn't received at the end. Like, but you're also like to blame for that too, because that money would have been received if the event hadn't been ran to the ground.
Vicky Morris King rules.
And then abandoned at witching hour. Oh.
Anissa takes accountability challenge. Impossible.
Impossible. So true, Vicky. Thank you. Yeah, they were fucking negligent. That's so true. I tried to do like a goal and then it didn't. Maybe I didn't put the goal for long enough. But thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, that's yeah.
Loved this event, loved what it stood for, and I wanted to believe we could push through, but it just didn't happen. I don't know what she says there, but then she says none of it was malicious. No, I don't think it was malicious. I think what you did to Ethan was malicious. And from Harley, they should not be allowed to run a 5K, let alone a gigantic boxing event where people's paychecks are on the line as well as like their bodies.
And, you know, money that you're pledging to charity. I mean, all of this, you know, yeah. Yes, and all in people's, association, reputations, like your own. All of this is, yes. And we're tanked. All of those were tanked.
Right? Like I wouldn't trust that like safety was fully cared for in this situation. Like, did they pay? And like, was EMS paid for? Just negligence, gross negligence. Anissa still hasn't deleted the pinned tweet, right? Anissa gives me secondhand embarrassment. It was just all handled poorly, and it seems no professionals in the space were included in the planning. That's what I don't understand. Like, how did it get so far? Like, they were the ones calling the arena in Tampa to book it and figure all that out? Like,
okay. I think
there obviously were other people involved. I mean, even Anissa says that here, right? So yeah, that's the latest tea. Thank you to the chatter who brought that up. We also have Harley's response.
Oh, I want to see this.
Because I guess he's been getting a lot of shit. Because these people are so like, and I'm not just talking about Ian and Anissa, I'm talking about their fans and Hassan's rabid fans. I'm not saying all his fans.
That's a good response. Sorry, I didn't mean to get ahead of you, girl. But Harley is cooking with this one. Short, but to the point. He says, people are acting like I'm the CIA and I toppled Crater Clash. In reality, I'm more like Richard Jewell, who pointed out the bombs.
Fans are like this. But all that like snark-brained community, whoever's fans they are, they're like allergic to accountability. They want everyone else to take accountability, but they cannot absorb any blame that is due to them. So Harley says, people are acting like I'm the CIA and I toppled Creator Clash. In reality, I'm more like Richard Jewell, who just pointed out the bombs. So yeah, he First of all, he was like arguing with Nicholas Diorio about this event and defending it for a long time.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Like a long time. He was going on and standing up.
Well, he also went on, didn't he go on, I mean, it's not drama alert, but didn't he talk to Keemstar, and I think Brandon Buckingham was involved, and yeah.
For the event and speaking highly of it and doing more promo than Ian and Anissa were.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that the audience is
I was
now
gonna say, he went, I think either him and like multiple other creators, like Froggy Fresh, like everybody was talking to those people.
saying it's Harley's fault, not like the people that actually ran the event. It's bananas.
Yeah.
Absolutely bananas.
Yes. Okay, so this is this is for, just the end. Clearly I'm getting tired, so it's good that we are on our last. So, love, don't claim me. But it's good that we're on our last segment because I'm getting tired and I have usually I would stay up later, but I do have something to do in the morning. So, I have to go to a meeting tomorrow. But I wanted to be on because I haven't been on as much lately because I've been sick or whatever. So I wanted to make sure I still was on.
Hey, welcome. What up?
So
My bacon don't sizzle. It's cold.
I'm about to give commentary to this video real quick. If you don't know the context, Love doesn't cook his bacon because he thought that all bacon was like cured bacon, like it was like cured meat, like kind of like how prosciutto is cured, and so he's been cooking his bacon and eating it whilst it's still in the pan, but like eating it, like he'll put it in and it'll sizzle for just a little bit and then he'll take a nibble. So he wrote this song.
It makes me want to nibble, for sure. I like to see you drizzle, fat love.
That is raw bacon.
Eating in my kitchen. This is kind of genius. Straight from the package, it's cold. No crisp.
Is that fake bacon or is that real? It looks fake in some shots, and then in some shots it's like
sashimi but pork. No flame, no pan, no fork.
Well, that was a cut. That part wasn't real.
Don't sizzle. My tummy don't rumble. It's full. No crisp. Kinda like sashimi but pork. No flame. Love eating in my kitchen. This is kind of genius. I like to see you drizzle. Fat love. I like to see you.
I think it's fake, but that really got me off guard.
Don't listen to the FDA. Fry demanding authority. I'll tell you a cappella. I got no salmonella.
It's fake.
My bacon don't sizzle. It's cold. It makes me want to nibble, for sure. I like to see you drizzle. Fat love eating in my kitchen. This is kind of genius. Straight from the package, it's cold. No crisp. Kinda like sashimi but pork. No flame, no pan, no fork.
Okay, so I think that's rubber bacon. Thank goodness, Love. Because, like, that would be just raw bacon. At least in your descriptions, you're eating it and it's a little cooked when you didn't know. And now you do know, so.
I said I like it raw. No flame, no shame, no law.
All care and appreciation. A little shape, a little.
I'm talking about bacon, you idiot. It's about bacon, okay? It's not weird. I'm talking about bacon, bro. They call me the bacon outlaw.
Oh, okay.
I said
We'll
I
leave the promo up.
like it raw. No flame, no
Go
shame,
here.
no claw.
Shop Yungfika. Shop Yungfika.
I'm talking about bacon, you should idiot. It's about bacon, okay?
I watch live streams sometimes, yeah. He's funny. Didn't that get discovered on stream? Like he was talking to his chat about bacon? I didn't see that one. I wish I would have. Oh. Yeah. I think that I should probably, we can, is there anything that you think that I missed or anything? I could probably, I got like 5 minutes to, but I've got to go to bed a little early tonight. So. An unboxing and a cookie one of Love's. I bet those were good. I feel like his cooking streams are fun. I did watch one of his cooking videos on YouTube. He was making the Japanese sandos. I would like to make those, but I would have to make milk bread. Yes, I did watch the show yesterday. I wanted to include it, but I also just wanted to include like Dad's video on its own. Yeah, I watched the podcast. Yeah, I was very excited to see we were back. We were back on time too. I'm very happy to see that we were back. Yeah, I should have included that. I'll pull it up. I was gonna include it anyway, because it was funny and it's very short. Speaking of Love, thank goodness Love's here with the timestamps. He's got detailed timestamps too.
And, well, I am interested in you, Anissa. I promise you that, but not in the way that you want.
Yes.
Here's the thing, Anissa and Ian. As you've lost everything, your credibility, your event, your friends, your financial security. Okay, well, sure. I just want you to.
I like how he was he was being serious. Like this was about to be a fully serious monologue. Like this is all meant. This is all genuine and from the heart. And Zach was like, let me just include the music.
No. I want you guys to know something. I win. You lose. You lose everything. You came after me, your best friend. You called me a racist. You said that I'm hallucinating anti-Semitism. You came out of nowhere to back someone who's been running a harassment campaign against me and my family, my wife, who's endorsed Barnatt Banata. You came and you swung at the king. And you know what they say when you swing at the king, Dan?
I'm confused. Who's the king?
I am.
Oh.
And do you know what they... Yeah, okay, well, it's not that funny. People in the back are laughing. It's not that funny.
Yes.
What do they say when you swing at the king? What? You best
you best not miss is the saying. I'm still...
You get the horns.
So you're the king in this analogy.
Yes, clearly.
What are you the king of exactly?
I don't know, this game.
Okay.
This podcast?
Yeah, this podcast, the king.
YouTube, the internet, Twitter, even though he's not on Twitter anymore. Oh, it definitely Instagram Reels. He's the king of Instagram.
You swung at me and you fucking missed big time. And guess what?
Yes.
I've never been betrayed like this in my whole life by someone I cared about this closely. And then you had the audacity to come and make another video and justify CPS call. You endorse snark. You live snark. Again, you are elevating disgusting, hateful people who have spent their time harassing me and my family. I look at me. This is me. I win, you lose. And you will continue to lose. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm not done. I'll never be done. I will never be done with you. That's how much you've betrayed me and how much I want you to know how much you lose and I win. Do you understand, Anissa? And I'm not even talking to iDubbbz anymore. He's insignificant. He's gone.
So the whole thing is like, and he's just like, it has nothing to do with me, which is just, it's crazy. Because clearly, I feel like she is the center. Anissa, unfortunately, is the sun. And we are merely planets in the orbiter. We are, everybody in Anissa's world is our orbiters. It's just how it is. It's just the way she exists.
Anissa, you're coming center stage. You're going to start streaming now. I want you to understand something.
Yes.
I am never going to be done. I will never be even.
What does that mean?
Talking about them, being interested in them, being, I'm fascinated by everything they're doing, right? The streaming, the whatever, the events.
You just mean you're never done making fun of them.
Never.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
We're
There'll
just
never
looking
be
for
a
a little
point
piece of
where I'm
clarification.
going to be like, I'm just saying, and this is for the audience too, because I want you guys to know, there will never be a point when I will say to myself, okay, it's time to move on from this. I want you to know that. You dropped that fucking video when I was live, and you thought you were cute, you thought you were clever, you really had me. You came at me with the laziest slop, the shittiest slop, that you got my haters running around the internet talking about I'm right and you're wrong. You have managed to galvanize support for me, which is something I've not been able to do for myself, so thank you. But I want you to know just how fucking badly you lose. You lose everything. You lose in every conceivable way. In what way have you not lost? And I'm gonna make another prediction. Now that Ian is down and out, he's lost everything. He's no longer a respected creator. I don't even think he's a creator anymore. I don't think anyone gives a fuck. Like, after his content copy made about me that got like 7 million views, good. He made another video about concern trolling that got like 250,000 views. Nobody fucking cares about you, bro. You're not funny. You're talentless. You're a total hack.
No.
You have a paywall.
If I wasn't as tired, I would say something and then call my own bluff. But I know that they're gonna say that is Ethan, quote unquote, molding over the fact, because Snark always mentions that the content cop has more views on it than the Hassan Piker nuke. So I just know that they're gonna just lap that up like little tiny deranged little sponges, even though it doesn't fucking matter. And also, it's true. The only reason that Ian got those views is because it's Ethan. So I mean, it's because of like them being friends. The same thing with like, I mean, Ethan and Hassan, it should have done better than it did, honestly, with the conflict. I guess their conflict was a little bit more niche. More people just generally, even if you don't know about the conflict between Ethan and Ian, it's like weird. It's like, oh, the last time I heard about Ida, like he was friends with Ethan. What's the problem? If you hadn't heard about this, it's more interesting. More people are going to click on it. So I think it makes sense. But nobody's watching his regular content. In fact, I'm sure most people clicked off the content cop itself because it was just a bad video. It was just shit. It was just shit.
Podcast that you do for 30
no,
people.
that is not cope. If anything, I was excited to see if Content Cops. I was a little worried. I was like, man, if Content Cop is anything like it used to be, this might be super rough. And it wasn't. It was super mid. So.
Right? Let me see how this did.
Now, the nuke I watched with popcorn on the big screen, and that is true. I did when it first came out. So, a lot of, embarrassingly, that's like, I like to get like my crafts out, and I'll go and I like get the projector out. And if there's something big that's coming on that's related to like something YouTube related that I like, usually H3 related, I'll watch it on the big screen with like popcorn and shit. Because I'm crazy.
Okay, so it's up to 1 month. It's up to 470. Now, listen, I'm not a mathematician, but one video a month at 470 without a sponsor, you need another job. This is not even your full-time job.
That's fair.
Right? So yeah, you lose.
Yeah,
you
this is a passion project.
lose. Fuck you both, scum. Wow. Yeah, so hopefully Anissa really kills it on streaming, because other than that, I think I'm gonna see you guys at Home Depot here pretty soon.
Okay, that's pretty much it. It is. That's what started the whole thing. That's why she put the king in quotations. Yeah, that's why I regretted not including it, but I think it's, yeah, I meant to. I don't know. I'm sorry. But it's fun. Yeah, the context was she was upset that Ethan made the comment of "you mess with the king," and she was like, "What did I really do?" And then that's what started the whole exchange that I went over in a chronically online manner. So. Okay, now I have 8 minutes because I'll get off at 1. Get off at an even number. But thank you. I meant to cover that, so I'm honestly glad that I did. It wasn't that long either.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Well, now that I got you here, we gotta talk a little bit. You know, in the early days, when I still lived in Sweden, about 2 years ago, people said that I would gain weight when I moved to America. We all joked about it, and I didn't think too much about it. And 2 years later, you can see, I didn't gain a single pound. All right, I kid you a little bit. I did end up gaining some weight. Let's just say America did a number on me. But now,
It's a completely unedited picture of past love, by the way.
now we're gonna lose it. Between the delicious Mexican food, all the new fast foods, it was inevitably it was inevitably gonna happen. I was gonna gain weight, but now I'm kind of getting tired of fast food. I'm gonna keep it a buck 50. I've always been a person that enjoyed fast food, you know, through bad and good. If I was feeling bad, I'd eat food. If I was feeling good, I'd eat food. It was just great. But great food.
okay, love. I think everybody unfortunately does that from time to time.
Food in Sweden does not always mean unhealthy. Turns out in America, it's quite the opposite. Between the portion sizes and
It's mostly fast food, though. This is gonna be a controversial take. I don't like fast food, personally. Cue the sound effect. That one. I don't eat it. I know that makes me sound snobby. I eat very few fast food. I will eat some fast food. There are very few places that I will eat. I will eat like Chick-fil-A. Um, certain chicken places I will eat, but and then like I'll have like the appetizers at Arby's, like the jalapeno poppers and stuff like that. So that's, yeah.
also the general ingredients that you use out here, it's a disaster for a little Swedish boy like me. Yo, 12 a.m. editing love here.
Love likes to cook. I also like to cook, so that's you should just cook more, love. It's my solution for you. Hmm.
Here. I ended up doing some research because I wanted to add some actual facts in the video, and I'm absolutely shocked here. I found this Business Insider where they compare US to Europe sizes, and let's start off easy here. The
There's
US
like videos and stuff where people do that too. It's a thing.
medium drink is 55% larger than the EU medium. It gets even worse when you get into the US small and large drink. This is McDonald's, by the way. Both the US small and large drinks are 90% bigger than in the EU, which absolutely blew my mind. Next up, we got the large fries, which weighs around.
Okay. We've got like 3 minutes, so. Well, I think that's about it for tonight. So far I have our scrunchies and axolotls, but I can post them. And then I've got some. July is gonna be. I will do everything in my possibility to not slow down streaming or anything like that, and to even do more like in terms of the Etsy and stuff. I will do my very best, but July is gonna be hard month for me because everything's about to get started with school. I have training to do. Um, so, and then I have to. Yeah, I've got a lot going on, but I will do my best to stay current on things. Which it shouldn't be that bad. Um, it's mostly just prep that I have to do in July, and then things will slow down a little bit in August and stuff too. I'll probably change my stream schedule um, around August to weekends. Um, and I might stream like multiple days in a row on the weekend, like maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. And then leave, or like every other, you know. Would love to promote your Etsy if you sent me a plushie. Oh. Oh, that's nice. Okay, I'll probably do that. I'd love to send them stuff, actually. I didn't even think about that. I'd love to send them all, like, something. I'd like to get, like, their own personalities and something that I think that they would all like. Like, I could make Olivia a pair of earrings or something. Yeah, I'd love to do that. That's a good idea, thank you. Um, I Yeah, I'll send something to his PO box, and I think the pod like has a PO box, so if there's like people like Dan or whatever I can't send to. I hope Olivia has something that I would love to send her something personally. I love her. So I hope she has a personal PO box. I'd have to look into that. But yeah, I will be probably changing my stream schedule to like Saturdays, like alternate Fridays, something like that. So and then Sunday, early Sundays probably is how we'll play it. And that's, that gives me room to maybe like call a day sick, especially it'll probably be Sundays because I'll be working the next day. But yeah. Um, Okie dokie. Thank you for being here, Strange Mammal, and being in the comments. I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody that watched. And I would greatly appreciate it if you gave the VOD a like. If you wanted to subscribe, you're more than welcome to, but also you have your own autonomy, and I completely understand if you don't want to. So, bye. Thank you.